Recording it. You go ahead.
Awesome. Well, hey everyone, welcome to our second to last Making It to Maui call. So Bridget, I'm not sure if I explained it to you, but a group of senior rubies, we got together and invited some of our leaders to do, I think it was 3 months, 90 days, a 90-day training thing. So you are second to last, Jewel, to do a call for us, and I'm so excited to have you. I think I discovered you and your story about the time that you went diamond, and you showed up in my Instagram feed of like the people you may know, and I was like, no, I have no idea who this person is. But I clicked on you and I was like, oh, she does plexus, and then like a couple weeks later you showed up in my Facebook that you went diamond. So that's kind of how I discovered you. So I follow your family on Instagram and all that fun stuff. You guys are just precious.
Oh, thank you.
So I am super excited to hear everything that you have to share. For everyone who doesn't know, Bridget's a mom of 7, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so mom of 7, they homeschool, and they do all kinds of really fun road trips and whatnot. So I'll let you get into it and share your story and all that good stuff.
Okay, well, thank you so much for having me on this call. I'm honored and really just in awe that I'm even training people, to be honest with you. I remember being on these calls and listening to other diamonds and think, can I do it? Is this real? Is this something that just a mom, a stay-at-home mom that, can I make it to the top of this company and do what these girls are doing? And you can. You guys, I am just like you, and I'm here to say, and I hope that whatever you get out of this call, that you get that if I can do it, you can do it. So anyway, my name is Bridget Ryan, a diamond ambassador with Plexus, and I have been with Plexus for about 2 years now. I went diamond in a year. I was on the products for 9 months before I ever signed up. I just wanted to be a customer. I didn't want anything to do with the business side of it. Honestly, I tried other MLMs in the past, just kind of, starting them and doing little parties here and there, and never really did anything worth my time. And so I just kind of said, I will never do it again. I didn't know that there was a better way out there. I didn't know that Plexus was different. But what happened was these products worked so much for me. I took them during my 7th pregnancy. I had the best pregnancy I've ever had. I swam 100 miles before he was born, lost all my baby weight 9 days postpartum with my 4th C-section. Healed amazing, felt amazing, just night and day from the other ones. And people started asking me what was different. People that had known me for a while. I wasn't struggling with different things. I was complaining. Those Facebook pop-ups that come and it'll say 3 years ago or 5 years ago. Well, mine are just me complaining all the time. Like, hey, does anybody have a good chiropractor? I'm in a lot of pain. Or does anybody know what the best, do you know why I would be having these kind of headaches? Or just like complaining all the time because my body was deficient. And I thought, well, if I eat good and I'm working out, excuse me, you guys. If you eat right and work out, then I don't need supplements. Drink your water, right? Anyway, I always have to have water here. So anyway, my friend Rhonda Shaw, who was in Arkansas, was born and raised in California. She started posting about Plexus, and I could not believe the difference that she had in her life because I knew her before. She's a diamond as well. She was very sick. And so I took the products for 9 months, did not want anything to do with the business. Ended up April 1st of 2015, I signed up to be an ambassador just to get my products free, like we all say. But what happened was when your friends and family try it and you're passionate about it, it's contagious. They try the products, accidental businesses are born. So that's what I'm going to kind of say is to have the belief in the business and to decide that you're going to do it. And, excuse me, girls, I'm so sorry that I just finished dinner. And so I have a tickle in my throat. Remember I said at the beginning of this that if I can do this, anyone can. So now I'm just proving it true. I'm just a normal human being. Okay. So you decide to go for it. You draw your line in the sand and, you can do it. Okay. So back up. this is where I'm kind of going to change the training here, because we all hear that we have to sacrifice and have belief and all of this, but how do you get the people? And if anything else, you know, I want to make this to where, you know, as a senior Ruby and working towards Maui, you know, you get like, Bridget, how can I make this happen? I have belief, I'm working hard. But if all else, you can do millions of Zoom calls, you can do all kinds of things. But if you're not reaching out to at least 5 new people a day, it's not going to work. Your business is not going to grow. And that's really what it comes down to, is that DMO every day consistently. I did not do a Zoom call. And I think Zoom calls are great. I think sip and sees are great. But I'm going to tell you how I went diamond in a year. Is I didn't do a sip and see until I was Ruby. I did not do a Zoom call until I was a Sapphire. I didn't even do weekly calls with my team. I still don't do weekly calls with my team. I work my business hard. I reach out to new people all the time. I have grown 85% of my business off of Instagram. I do attraction marketing, which I go out there and I use hashtags. I generate people coming in. I build relationships with them, and I then convert them to customers. That does take time, and that is what's going to build your business. That's going to create momentum in your own business, which is then going to create momentum in your team's business. Okay. My team has so much momentum right now because they see me working. They see my team page. They see Bridget Ryan adding another person. Welcome to the team, everyone. Bridget Ryan, welcome to the team, everyone. So-and-so, you know, on my team all the time, I am adding people. Where are these people coming from? Instagram, right? So if you're not generating and getting your prospects out there and getting new people, okay, so start here. If you have not contacted people on your Franks list and you're not adding new people to your Franks list every day, that is what you need to be doing. And people say, well, Bridget, I've, you know, messaged everyone. I'm kind of like, my warm market is at a senior Ruby level. My warm market is tapped out. There is a whole world out there on Instagram. You guys have to learn how to work it. You have to reach out. And if you're going to be diamond pace, and now we've got, you know, not too much longer till we have to qualify for Maui. I mean, there is, what is it, July 31st? So yeah, you still have time, but you've got to get to work, right? You got to figure out where your points are at. How many do I need to add? And you're not going to get there unless you're reaching out to people. Okay. So, I'm trying to think. Okay. So there's millions of people on social media. You guys, I'm going to talk Instagram because that's really my go-to. If you don't have an Instagram, get an Instagram. If you're set to private, you got to turn it to public. You've got to use hashtags that are trending. You have got to, don't have anything that's really branding Plexus. Okay. Because you don't want like Plexus Mommy One or anything like that on your feed. You want to build a brand. Life is busy. People are busy. Why are they going to take time out of their day to follow you? You've got to give them something, whether it be fashion advice, whether it be nutrition advice, whether it be something, good pictures to look at. People don't want to follow, you know, bottles of probiotic and bags of Slim, okay? They want to follow something. The story, I always have stories going on Instagram. That's my marketing. I get so many followers a day. When I started and when I was still a silver ambassador, I would work Instagram. And we didn't have that much going on. We weren't traveling the country, but I would do anything. I would take, if you've heard my training, you've heard that story. It's just one I go to all the time. But with my first paycheck, I paid for us all to go out to pizza. And I took a picture and I said, Mama's got this. And, you know, and hashtag pizza party, stay at home mom, all these different hashtags, because I was painting a story. So if you were at Super Saturday, you heard that cute girl talk about storybook training, story sharing. That's how you have to run your business. That's how you have to market. You have to tell that story and build your brand. So a lot of people know me as traveling homeschool mom of 7. That's my brand. You guys be your own brand, and don't think, oh, well, Bridget, travels everywhere and has 7 kids. Of course, people are going to follow her. I have people on my team that their kids are grown and they knit and they have a following, right? Because there's so many people out there that want to follow you. So on Instagram, it's an untapped market. It's owned by Facebook. So if you can try to generate at least, 2 new followers a day, maybe 5 new followers a day, it's going to start growing. I'm growing between 50 and 100 new followers a day. Do you know what that means? Those are 50 to 100 new potentials a day that I get to build a relationship with on social media and convert to customers. And so I'm trying to keep this simple because I can go into a lot of different things like public branding and things like that, where you can actually grow your business through becoming a public figure and attaching that to your website and things like that. So there's a lot of training. I would step into these waters if you guys are not already in there, because there's a huge market out there, and building your brand and attracting that market and turning them into customers. So every time I get a follower, I send them a message and I just say, hey, I just wanted to thank you so much for following me and my family. My name is Bridget Ryan. I'm a mom of 7. It's great to connect on here. I don't mention anything about Plexus, okay? And I add that person to my friends list. So I have so many, it's planting seeds, but I have so many conversations going on from last month and the month before that I'm signing people up still as a diamond, right? Because I'm growing my second leg. I'm trying to go gold on my second leg. And you just keep, it's like keep filling that funnel, And then as far as attrition goes, really working on coaching them on the other end. So there's very little time for Zoom calls, which I think are great. And there's very little time for all the other things. If you can't get this done, right? It's the seasons in our business. So if you're growing your team, let a lot of your diamonds and the older ones be training your team. But if you're not filtering in new potentials every day and you're not contacting personally at least 5 new contacts a day, your business is not going to be in momentum. So anyway, I'm going to stop right there, and I'm looking at my notes and I could go through a lot, but I'm going to stop because I'm sure some of you have some questions, and I know I'm all over the place, but let's go ahead and do some questions.
Okay, I have a question for you. So I use Instagram, but I don't have like a huge following. I have like 700 or so people. But I notice a lot of times I don't ever use like Plexus hashtags, but I notice that like if I use a fit mom hashtag or something and it's like a workout selfie, that I'll get a bunch of other like Beachbody It Works people. Do you still add and message them? Like, do you still follow them back and message them, or do you kind of just leave it alone?
I don't spend a lot of time on them if they're really into their business. I do have a lot of oil girls that have come over because they, I don't really go after them. Sometimes I'll message them on accident, but I really try to focus on people that have big followings sometimes, and just moms that in general. I'll kind of do my homework and look at them real quick and try to see it. Sometimes I send one to a Plexus girl and she's like, no girl, I'm already on. And I said, awesome. And she goes, this is a great idea. I'm going to start doing this. And so anyway, sometimes I do, but I try to look at who they are. Another one that I do, if I see people that look fun and upbeat and have a large following, I'll say, hey girl, you look like such a positive, upbeat person with a great marketing skill on Instagram. You would be great at what I do. Would it be okay if I share a little bit more? Or you would be great at what I do. I'd love to have you on my team. Sometimes I'm bold like that, straight out. And I'll say, hey, check out, this video, and you can link them to a diamond doc or something. But And I've gotten a few people from that, but no, my target is normal people, normal moms. That's my brand and my market. I mean, you have to find, if you're going more of the fitness, then yeah, you know, maybe this is my thing. I don't try to cross recruit. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
try, but I do say, hey, you know, if you're on Beachbody, I don't know if you're on a good probiotic. I'm not going to really recruit them, but I'm at the point where I want business builders on my team, right?
Right.
I want people who are going to join and work it. So I wouldn't spend too much time on them.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then, I mean, I feel like Facebook, probably because we use it so much, it's a little bit like more natural, I guess, is how I use it. But building relationships on Instagram, like, is that the same as Facebook? Do you know what I'm asking? Like, does that make sense?
Right.
It feels a little bit odd. Like sending somebody a message on Facebook seems like totally like an everyday thing, and sending somebody a message on Instagram just feels a little weird.
It's still good etiquette on Facebook. It's still considered okay. I do use my Voicebook Messenger all the time on Facebook, and I think that's where people can hear your voice and the passion behind the products and the sincerity. I feel like on Instagram, sometimes when you're sending that message, it may look salesy. That's why I don't mention Plexus unless it's, you know, I'm really going after that person. But normally if they're following me, I'm like, hey, hi, I just want to take a minute to introduce myself, that kind of thing. I get so much response from that. But I'll tell you what I do is I'd like to transfer them over to Facebook so that I can start building a relation. I'll say, hey, are you on Facebook? Let's go ahead and connect over there. And I'll send you a voice message with more information on the products. That way I can say, you know, hey, Paris, how are you? I'm so glad we're connected over here too. I just wanted to send you, you know, some more information, and they can hear my voice and hear that I'm friendly. Because really what this all comes down to is building those relationships. So you found the people, you've converted them over. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
You've reached out to 5 new people, but really it's building those new relationships and being warm with them. Because we are in relationship building, and sometimes that can take time to convert. I mean, I have people that I have been planting seeds. I had a girl that I've been talking to since we were in Hawaii, and you know, that was back in September, and that are just like coming around. But if you keep filling that funnel and planting those seeds, your team will grow. So I hope that makes sense. But yes, you convert them over.
How quickly do you try and convert them over?
I don't push.
You don't? Okay.
No, the only time I push is if I have a goal to make and we've been going over and over. It's like, okay, listen, I may have to throw out a special to get you to jump over that fence. But no, I take my time because I have so many going through, and I really listen. If your people know that it's about them, that's what they want. They want to know that you're in it for them and not to make a buck off them.
Right.
But I have pretty fast times. I mean, I get people signed up in the same day. But most of the time you're looking at 6, 7, 8 conversations of following up and following up. Following up is huge.
Yeah. Yeah, I just had a girl join my team after like 2 years. I think she started talking to her like when I joined, and it was like
Yes.
2 years. I'm like, oh, finally.
Oh yes, I have a lot of those.
But well, does anyone else have any questions? I'm totally like just asking her a billion questions. No, I
don't have a voice, so.
Aw.
I'll ask a question.
Hey, Ashley, how are you?
Good. So, I'm actually losing my voice too. We're all in the same boat.
Yes.
My question was, I'm a homeschool mom too, but mine are 3 and 5, and we have a 3rd on the way. So how do you manage your time with doing all of their education, which is obviously top priority, and then making sure your business is right there with it?
Right. Okay. One of my biggest things is power hour. I set power hours, and my family knows that. Again, it comes down to that DMO, and you have to, what I did at the beginning is I had a journal, and I would write down what I would do in an hour. And so that's a good place to start. If you have an hour to work, write down what you did in that hour. Because I can tell you, most of the people on my team will say, Bridget, I'm working my business so hard and I'm just not growing. Well, I see them liking everybody's comments and commenting on these people on Facebook. They're getting lost in the Facebook world, and they're not being focused and diligent on the task that needs to be set. So if you have to write down things and check those off, like a DM, I'm trying to look right here, like this one right here. You have this daily method of operation where it's like, okay, 5 people followed up and that kind of a thing. And so I set an alarm, and I do block out times where I'm not going to be on my phone, and it's not an emergency. Nobody has an emergency with Plexus. And it's just training your team that, you know what, I will respond to you within 48 hours. They need to learn how to, everything they know is in their success kit. They have a customer service, you have a team page, like they have all these things they can dial into. And yes, you are there to help them, but you are not their, personal, call service, so because really what are you working so much? It's answering questions, but if you reach out to 5 people a day and you're working your Instagram, you could really do that in a couple power hours a day. So it's just being diligent. What is income producing? So don't, that's why I never did, to be honest with you, I didn't do Zoom calls. I didn't do things these are all great. Don't get me wrong. I think they're great. There's a time for that. Let some of your upline do that while you're trying to build the foundation of your business. You can't focus on all these trainings for your team and sip and sees and all of that if you're not working your daily method. Yes, if you're meeting people at your sip and see and you're going to work it, definitely. But do you get what I'm saying? There's a lot of wasted time in the business that I feel like, and then what happens is people get burnt out. They're like, I have been working this business for a year and my paycheck is not as much as I wanted it to, and it's just not working. It's because they're not working it properly. And I feel like that's when I see people quit, right before they're really, really doing income generated work. So I hope that helps. Really stick to being that list and the power hours. Set your alarm. If you have to do a half an hour and not an hour full, before the kids get up, I do. Okay, everybody, silent reading. And your kids are so little, so give yourself grace. Yes. I have older kids that my daughter does all my graphics. We really do run our business like a family. My kids know how to work my back office. My son was on a training call the other day with a lady learning how to work social media. So I'm training them. So anyway, give yourself grace. You've got little ones, and you can do it during nap times. You could do it during quiet time. So
thank you. Yeah, that's very helpful.
And work those homeschool moms. Homeschool moms are a great market.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, do you have anything? I know you said you had a bunch of notes. So was there anything else that you felt like was really on your heart that you wanted to share with us?
Well, I do have an example of, I don't know who's on this call or what your level is, but I had one of my level ones who's an emerald now. Her name is Andrea Estes. She was a silver ambassador at the end of January last year. So, and she would call me and complain all the time. And I would tell her, look, you are 2 people away from going to the top. You have got to keep reaching out and keep looking for those people. You never know who they're going to be. You never know who do you know that knows people. So not long after that, she became a gold ambassador on January 31st. So about a year ago. And a couple months later, she signed a girl named Cheryl up. Well, Cheryl then signed a bunch of rock stars up, right? So what happened to Andrea? She flew through the ranks. She's an emerald ambassador, working on a sapphire ambassador this month. But don't quit just because you're not seeing a lot of movement. Do not compare journeys. Don't look at me and go, well, you went diamond in a year. You guys, I am on my second leg. So once you go diamond, you get to sign up under yourself, right? Well, I'm signed up under myself. I'm in a new town where I don't know anybody. Okay. I'm in Northwest Arkansas now. I don't know anybody. I'm not traveling around, I'm not doing all exciting things right now. I'm starting over. I'm building because the first Bridget stole all my friends, right? And her husband stole all my friends. So the second Bridget over here has been silver for 6 months. And I almost hit gold, but then a bunch of people quit, dropped me back down to about 45 points. And I'm like, should I quit? This doesn't work. It's not for me. I don't think I could do it, right? Those are things that go through our head. How many leaders have heard that? It's just not for me. I don't have a lot of friends. It's saturated. Everybody I know does plexus. Okay, well, let me tell you. I'm like Andrea. I know that I'm silver right now, but if I keep working Instagram, everybody on my second leg, I have about 30 people on my second leg. They are all brand new Instagram people. I don't know any of them. They weren't friends from anything that I had in the past. I'm starting over. So can you build this business if you don't have a large market and friends? Yes. Can you build this business if you're in a new area? Yes. Can you build this business in a saturated area? Yes. I just signed the Mimi's girl that waited on me at Mimi's. I'm signing my my new hairdresser up. You know what I mean? You work it. Work Instagram, work it. So I guess what I would say is don't give up when it gets hard. Be consistent. This business works. Our products are changing lives. Our compensation plan is unmatched in the industry. And this is where it's at. Really, you guys, I know some of us have gone through a couple tough months, or some of us have gone through since the back office, for a while. But this is where it's at, and to keep going. And you know what? There is no excuses. I think I've kind of beat all excuses. I feel sorry for my team because they say, well, so-and-so, I'm showing them that, look, I'm going to go gold this month. And all the people on my team, I've pretty much done it by myself because I don't have a lot of runners. But guess what? I've worked the millions and millions of people on social media, right? So get out there and work it, and don't give up, and no excuses. Do what you have to. Work hard. Never quit. Yes, get it done. And you guys need to be in Hawaii. I'm telling you, they spoil us. I had the best time of my life. I was like, are you kidding me? It's like over the top. So I cannot wait to see you guys there. There is still time. Work hard. Get with your team. Set some goals. Figure out how you're going to do it. And work it. And maybe both Bridgets will be there. Yes. I will see you in Maui, Lori. So thank you guys for your time.
Thank you so much. So many good little tidbits. Thank you.
You're welcome. Keep up the good work.
Awesome.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Have a good night.
Bye.